welcome back to the channel. Before anything, please hit like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Today I am going to open up my new portable worksite table saw. I had a Craftsman Flex Drive table saw, which worked great. It was an old one, but it was great. But I decided to sell that one because I needed some room, and that thing took up a lot of room. So after lots of searching, there's a lot of great table saws out there. Expensive, but for the budget I was looking for, which was about 300 bucks, this is what I found to be the most affordable and universal for what I need. Now, I did also used to have a Cobalt worksite saw, foldable with the trolley and all that stuff. But the issue I had with that one was the fence. It was not the best design ever. It was not straight, so you always had to make adjustments, measure, make sure the fence is straight, all that stuff. So it was taking way too long just to cut wood. So I got rid of that one. I got rid of the Microsoft. Wow. I got rid of the Craftsman, and I found this Evolution table saw. I saw many reviews on it. I saw many well, I can't say many videos. I saw a few videos, and this thing is just packed with options. Packed. So let me stop talking and let's open this bad boy up. Let's see what's inside, how easy it is to set up. So I will speed up the video so you guys don't have to get bored watching me set this thing up. And I'll be back when this thing is fully set up, and we'll go through the options. Alright guys, first impression, a nice big cutting surface, and this expands out. It's not assembled, so it's a little wobbly. Assembly required. Unlike the Cobalt that I had, the Cobalt one came fully assembled with the legs and all that stuff, but this will require some assembly. Most of the saw is put together, but it will require some assembly. So I'm going to put the legs together, put everything together, then let's see how it looks and the functionality of it. Let's see everything lines up, everything's zeroed. I don't know why this is loose, but that's just something I did. So, be right back. Alright guys, 3.5 weeks later, this thing is assembled. Just kidding. It took about an hour to put the legs together, and the directions are sort of self-explanatory, a little hard to follow, but overall it wasn't bad. Very straightforward, I guess. I guess I still have to adjust the fence, the measurement, the tape measure that's on the fence. I gotta learn how to use it because it says 0, but this is nowhere near 0 by the blade. So anyway, so I gotta play around with it a little bit, figure out zeroing, but overall I like it. So let me show you some of the features. So I'm gonna bring the camera forward a little bit so you guys can actually see what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's go through some of the features of the saw. First of all, it does have a good size platform for it's decent sized wood. Of course, 4x8s are going to be the toughest ones to cut on these job site saws, but they'll work. But my favorite part is the fence. By far, this is the best fence I have seen on a budget table saw. Unless you're spending an arm and a leg, anything like $700-800 on a table saw, you're not gonna get a good fence. But this, it seems pretty good. It seems pretty solid. When it's locked in, it doesn't wiggle. It's very straight. Of course, I'm gonna have to make some cuts to justify this claim. But from the way it looks, from the way it feels, it looks pretty solid. It's pretty beefy, and I think it will do well. It does have a ruler right here, which is great. It also has one on this side, so if you want to cut something on this side of the blade, so you also have the measuring tape right here. This goes all the way to 12 inches, but best part is this thing has an extension, right? So this thing extends out like that, like so. So, you could have the blade go all the way to, I think if my measurements are right, about 24 inches out. So, yes, I believe it's 24 inches. But even all through here, this thing is great. For larger pieces that you don't want to slide out, this is great. So I definitely like that feature. And the part to lock it in, it's on the bottom right here. Another feature it has is there's also two screws, one in the front, one over here to extend this out. So you have an extra piece right here for a larger piece. So if you were doing cut on this side, you also have an extension, right? So you close it down, you lock it in, this thing stays put. The dust chute, the dust collector for the saw blade. Downside to this, you could only use this for material that's about inch and if you're cutting anything 1.5 inches or thicker. Other than that, you're gonna have to take this off because at 0, this will not work. So you can't have the dust collector at 0. And which is fine. At this point, anything smaller than 1.5, I don't expect it to be. I don't expect to have this on there. So, next feature. So you might want to think what this is. This piece right here. Well, it comes with 2 screws, right? This connects to your fence, right? So this is for anything you do in repetitive cuts. You put this here, and I have to play around with this a little bit more just because I haven't fully understood the purpose of the repetitive cut piece on this end. But there's 2 screws right here, and how it works is you push it through like so. Put the 2 screws here, and this piece slides in like so, and what you do is you tighten the piece. So again, I'm not sure how this repetitive piece works, but I believe it's for smaller pieces that you can't really use this or your hand. So if it's a thinner piece, you're gonna use your hand or a block or something to push it through. So I believe that's what it's for. I'm not quite sure because I've never used it, so this is brand new to me. I've never seen this before. So I have to play around with it to see exactly what it is. So I'm not gonna claim to know what it is, but it's definitely a cool option to have. So next piece, which is the guide. Only thing I don't like, it's a little wobbly, right? The guide is a little wobbly right here. So the guide is a little wobbly, so I don't really care for this wobble. But you know, can't ask for too much, I guess. You know, when you're on a budget. It does slide in and out. It has this little piece right here, so if you try to do any type of cross guard, like, you know, if you have a sled, this actually sort of pretends to be a sled, which I'm gonna get to the best part. It does have two screws right here to basically adjust this in and out or completely take it off. It does have a piece right here, so if you want to tie down a piece and while you're trying to get a cut or whatever. But have you ever come across a situation where you want to do, let's say, an angle cut, such as like 45 degrees. You're gonna push this out all the way, right? You're gonna do this, and then, you know, you have some sort of block set over here, or, you know, you want to do repetitive cuts or whatever. Cool thing is, I want to show you guys. Look at this. You have a sliding piece that you could continuously do cuts with this thing, right? So it might seem that it's stupid, or, you know, it's the purpose of it is dumb. No, it's not dumb actually, because for those of us who are DIYers, you know, we don't always stick to the tools that the saws come with. We like to make our own stuff. So you can actually build some sort of plate or some sort of a sled that just fits on this piece for repetitive cuts, right? So if you want a certain block placed in here and you want repetitive cuts, you're just gonna go use this. You know, you're gonna keep using this instead of this, you know, where, you know, it's still wobbly in its place, right? So it's not fully, it's not really solid, right? But I mean, for $300, guys, you know, you can't go wrong with the options that this thing comes with, right? So this locks in, you still have this, you can still use this if you want to. But for $300, I mean, you definitely cannot go wrong with this saw. So overall, I really like this thing. I'm gonna run it through some tests. I am gonna do some cuts, and I want to see how this thing performs. I specifically want to know how this vacuum piece performs. Now, if you have owned multiple table saws like me, you'll know the only problem with these table saws are the dust collection, right? I just hit myself against my own dust collection system. These hose attachments right here, the hose attachments, they all come in different sizes and shapes. They are not always the same size, so this looks to be a 1-inch connection. My Cobalt had a 2-inch connection. My Craftsman one had no connection because that one didn't have a dust collection system. They come with all different sizes, so which means finding an adapter for these vacuum ports, it's almost impossible. Unless you have a 3D printer, you can make your own. It's very difficult. If you want to buy something from like Home Depot, let me see if I don't even have a piece here to show. It's impossible. So you got your cord collect right there. You can put extra blades here. You have your tools on the left side. You have some tool connections on the right side, which you can put some stuff. It doesn't come with any, it comes with a blade. The saw comes with the blade, comes with the push rod, and this. So that's all you're gonna get with the saw. You're gonna get the dust collection hose for the saw, which easily comes off. I like it. So you can take this off, put it to the side if you like to. It's very smooth for now. You know, I'm sure after a few uses this is gonna harden up. So you have to clean your saws, people. You can't just, you know, use it without cleaning the ports, without cleaning the inside. Plastic piece right here. It's a little wobbly. I don't really like that part, especially if you're going to be using some thin pieces. So plastic, I mean, again, it's a budget saw, so, you know, expect it to be plastic. Let me see, does it have a key to open this thing? You definitely need a quarter or something to open it. Or you can use a nail. So, it is a little thin, but, you know, again, expect it. We're not gonna, you know, bash Revolution on, you know, having some plastic parts with this, because it is expected to have to, you know, to create some sort of budget saw that's actually worth the money, right? For using every day. For people who are on a budget, they don't have $700-800 to spend on a saw that actually will perform as good as a commercial saw, right? So, you know, I can't knock them on the fact that, you know, there are some cheap parts on this thing, because I too didn't want to spend $700 on the saw. I wanted something, you know, that was reasonably priced, had a bunch of functions, but mainly had a good fence. Most of the stuff that I looked at did not have a good fence, so I didn't really like it. I didn't really care for it. It's built pretty solid. I mean, you will have a wobble for almost any of these job site saws. And this is a job site saw. This is not a commercial graded saw for, you know, big parts or big pieces to be cut through, because those usually come with a bigger platform. You have more stability to, you know, if you're ripping like 4x8 sheets. This is mainly for like a smaller sheet. And you know, trying to get this to topple down. Always remember to lock the whatchamacallit, the fence, because I just dropped the fence. So put the fence here, lock it in. There you go, fence is locked in. So this is how it is. My Cobalt one locked when you dropped it down like this. This one doesn't lock. So you need to put your foot here if you want to lift it up. Moves with ease. I don't see a problem with the movement. It's not heavy at all. Again, this has a base, plastic base, aluminum top. My Craftsman was hella heavy because it had a cast iron top and a metal base. So, but so with ease, you know, this thing's actually easy to lift up because it doesn't lock in. Only time it locks in is when you have it set up like this. Other than that, I really like it, guys. I think they made a really good saw. Again, I'm gonna talk about the budget. $300. I got this on sale for $300. $320, you know, after taxes and everything. So I don't know. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you own one of these and, you know, what your experience is with this. I have a bunch of projects that are coming up that I'm gonna have to start using this, but I'm curious to know what people think, and I'm probably gonna change the blade out with something with like a 60 tooth blade so I can get a better finish cuts. But yeah, I will do some cuts, you know, in a different video just to see how it works. I'm not gonna do it in my garage because this is not where I do my work. I do it in my work shed. So this is gonna have to move into my work shed and do the cuts there. So we'll see how this thing actually functions. So until then, leave your comments down below. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already, so I can bring you more reviews. Again, I am not sponsored by them. I'm not sponsored by Revolution. This is pure review of my own tools, of my own experience. So this is all purchased and bought by my own money. I don't have any sponsors. So please leave your comments down below. Peace out.